Hello everybody, and thanks for joining me once again. I'm Corey with the Ugly Bug Fly Shop and Crazy Rainbow Fly Fishing, and today we're going to tie one of the most popular bonefish flies there is out there. This is going to be the gotcha. This fly has been around for a really long time. Some people say it's caught more bonefish than any other bonefish pattern out there. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a trip to Mexico here in the next few months. So I've been tying up a lot of these, been tying up a lot of crazy Charlies and squimps and that kind of thing. And I'm sure that this pattern is all over YouTube already and all over the place. But I wanted to tie it for you because I've been having a lot of fun with it. So let's get started right off the bat. First things first, hook. This is the Gamakatsu SL45 bonefish hook. Really like this hook. Quite honestly, I like that it's black. I also really like that this thing is wicked sharp. Love how sharp this hook is. And I just like the shape of it. It's got a little bit different of a shape than the 811S. It is pretty common to use for these patterns. But I really like it. So, second thread, I'm using UTC 140 in fluorescent pink. Really like this color a lot. Really like this color. And this 140 for this pattern in particular really lays down nice. Yeah, so first things first, let's go and throw some thread on here. I'm going to do about a hook eye past the hook eye. That's about how much space we're going to leave in there. And these are going to be bead chain eyes in medium in stainless steel. Like to use a stainless steel, of course, because we're going to be in saltwater. So probably isn't a very big deal if you're just going to go there and take off. But I like to give my guides flies. So kind of a little gift for them for taking care of me for the week. So these guys are going to have these until they use them or sell them, whatever they do with them. So I want these bead chain eyes to stay nice and rust proof. When I tie my eyes in, I like to go in a crisscross pattern, as you saw. And then I like to do kind of a little deal that I like to tie in any sort of eyes. And what I do is I'll go over the top of the eye and under the hook shank. Over the top of the eye and under the hook shank. And I'll do this 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And once I kind of get to where I like it, I'm going to take some of my favorite glue. Zap-A-Gap brush on. Love this stuff. We're going to kind of take it and we're just going to dab a little bit right on there and come back in here to a crisscross motion. And what I think that does, in theory, is when you do that crisscross motion, after you did the over the eyes and under the shank, is it just pulls it all nice and tight together, and then mixed with that super glue, shouldn't really have too much of a problem going anywhere. Next step is to palmer this thread. Let's get this back here. I go a little further back on these than most, I think. I kind of go just right past where the bend is. And then we're going to get our pearl flat braid here. Cut off us a nice chunk of that, so that's ready. And then we're going to get our Flashy Boo minnow body and cut off. I like to cut off a pretty small piece, but it might be easier for you if you cut off a piece about a ½ an inch. And here it is. And what I like to do is kind of pinch this like this, and then you can kind of force this core, kind of push it out and pull this core right out of there. I like to grab it where I want it. And I like to tie it right on in there, just like that. Get some nice thread wraps in there. See if that's kind of the length you like, and I actually really like that length. So we're going to go ahead and just go right forward with this guy. Okay, I'm going to come on in here, trim away my minnow body here, kind of get it trimmed up. It's a little easier once you tie these a bunch. You can kind of cut those a little shorter, save you some material, and it's a little easier to, you don't have to trim it like that. But there it is. Take that flat pearl braid. We're going to just tie this in right behind our eyes right here, just like that. And then I'm going to pull this right along the back and just tie this in. Now be wary, like I said, this SL45 hook is a nice sharp hook, and if you really get going to town and get back here and enter that point and you clip it, you're going to break this thread. That's how nice and tight it is, or sharp. Alright, now let's just go ahead and wrap this around here, and I'd like to do a half overlap. So the last one I laid down, I'll overlap half of it. I'll just bring that right up. Just like that, kind of build it up here just once or twice. Then we're going to kind of do a little crisscross over the eyes. Ooh, saved it. Saved it. Get some nice thread wraps. Cut this nice and close. Just like that. Perfect. Also, another trick, be careful your thread. These little ends of these bead chains eyes are pretty sharp. You can nick that with your thread. Usually it doesn't cut it, but it will fray it, and that's kind of a big pain in the butt, you know. Alright, so let's get this back here. Next we're going to use some extra select craft fur from Hairline Dubbin. And what we're going to do, we're going to pull, I like to get myself a bunch about half or a little more than half the thickness of a pencil. And then I like to kind of be a little picky with mine, like to pull out some of these longer fibers. And I was always told to err on the sparse side with this stuff on this pattern. So I like to kind of pull some of this out and kind of get it to where I really like it. And I really like it about right there. Kind of line it up, get yourself about a hook shank past the curve of the hook, pinch it right on there. And then do like a nice loose thread wrap, a couple of them, and then just tighten it right on down. Just like that. There we go. And what I also like to do, I also like to do this with the Crazy Charlies, is pull this up, kind of get it out of your way, and then get some locking wraps in front of that. Especially with the Crazy Charlies, what that'll help is when you really start messing with that calf tail that you use on the Crazy Charlies. You lock it in like that. When you start pulling this around, you don't have to worry so much that you're going to pull some of that calf tail out. I'm going to grab this, and we're going to take these nice loom scissors, and we're going to get right up as close as possible without cutting thread. Get that all nicked away. Trim it up if you need to. And we're going to go ahead and just tie this right up. There we go. Look at that. Last step here is crystal flash. A lot of guys just use pearl. I'm going to actually use a tan. I just prefer the tan myself. Usually cut myself off about 2 strands. And it's really important for me that these are nice and in the exact same spot here. And I'll just 2 on one side, couple nice wraps. Cut it about the length of your craft fur here. Same on this side. Nice couple of wraps. Cut it about the length of your craft fur. Get your whip finisher out and whip finish this baby up. She's done. Just like that. Get another whip finish in there. There we go. I like these guys to be nice and tough. Bonefish are pretty crazy fish. There we go. Bust out my super glue. Get this super glue out one more time. And then I'm just going to do a nice little boop there. Nice little boop there. Also really important. Get yourselves, kind of get some right on the top of there. Keep those eyes in place and everything else. Just make it tough. And look at that. And there she is. Gotcha. Great pattern. Catches a lot of bonefish. Can use it everywhere. And yeah. It's a little simple pattern we did this time. Nothing new, nothing crazy, nothing innovative. Just simple, effective, easy. Take a break from the winter. Go to Mexico. Catch some bonefish. Have some fun. And that's what it's all about. So I sure appreciate everything, guys. And it's pretty close to Christmas, so y'all have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you need anything fly fishing related or whatever, you guys know who to call. Just give the shop a call, 307-234-6905. Shoot us an email, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where these end up. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Have a great night.